Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Captain of Industry. In the last episode, we managed to secure our food stocks at least for a little while more. I think we should be able to get this into much better shape than it used to be. So I don't think we need to worry about that too much now. I think this is a bit of a buffer and it'll slowly start to pick up. We did have some issues with our garbage buildup, but I guess we figured that out as well. Now, in the meantime, what we've done over here is we've planned out the starting points for our factory, and we're going to need to improve that situation a fair bit. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is basically take a copy of these guys and place it in here, because that'll basically be our run of we'll run it from the other side. So basically that will be our wood. So let's go ahead and provide some additional wood storage capacity. We can start running those. At the same time, we'll also want to loop this guy around to be able to tie in there as well. So I'm kind of wondering whether we just don't do a double stack of them at the same time. So let's grab this guy. We'll do basically a double stack of them over here also, and we can probably make a start on that piece for the construction. We're still waiting on these to kind of finish off, and I guess we're kind of there. Ooh, this needs to potentially be emptied, right? So let's make sure to empty slag. Slag can definitely be dumped as well, and I'm kind of wondering whether we get a slightly more nearby dump spot for that. It's kind of what I'm wondering about. Now this we need to. These would be full already, so we probably need to make a start on these. So I'm kind of wondering whether we, instead of having them here, we should have them here so that we can run some other form of that needs to run into this side as well. These are going this way. So we can certainly run some additional factory pieces in here that then runs into that general direction. What was that as a notification? I'm not too sure. Is it this one? Is it some more? Yeah, I think it was some more research. We finished the custom services. Okay, so that's that. I think we can leave it like this. We can start to run. I think we can start to run into this area a little bit more, and then we'll slowly start to get our areas going. Okay, so I guess that's it. So let's plan out our little belt here. So we need a 3-layer belt, right? So if we were to say, give me a belt operation here. If we go this one, is that? I think that's not. If we go from a 3rd level, right? So if we say 1, 2, 3, right? If we did this, I just want to see, can we actually get down? So let's do that. We'll park it there, and then the plan is, can we go from here to there? No, we cannot. So actually, what we need to do is see if we go from this side, how do we get up to 3? 3 is all the way kind of over there, I think. Okay, so if that's the case, I guess what we'll do is we'll run from here. Right, so we'll run all the way from here to there. Okay. We will get rid of this. Right. We will bring in our 2nd conveyor belt into number 2. From that side, we'll need to do some stuff as well. So let's just go up a level. And we'll probably need to Yeah, so let's get it here fairly quickly, and then what we'll do is we'll basically run it on top of it like so. Okay, so that gives us that second level. And then the third level, I guess we'll just go straight in from the top over here. Okay, so but anyway, what we might want to do is we may want to just try and tie this one in. Hang on, hang on. Okay, so let's try and tie that one in. That one. That one. Ooh, 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 ooh. Cancel, cancel, cancel. We're missing some stuff here. If we did this, tie that one in there. This is not running funny stuff, is it? And we just don't want to be running that recipe at all. Similarly over here, we don't want to be running it. It's deleted. No trees to harvest. That's a good sign. I like that. So we've got that one. We need to remove this one. Okay, perfect. So all of that's done. Let's get back to business and try and tie this one in there and this one in there. Okay, and what we'll do is we can still run that one in from the other side. So let's go ahead and do all of this. Yes, we should be reasonably okay. Place to start building all of that. What are we missing on this side? We're still missing some of these. Yeah, we're not generating them quick enough. Anyway, that's what the whole operation here is about, is to try and make sure we can continue to manage that. Oh, beautiful. We are stocking up on the potatoes big time at the moment. Now, the tree harvester has nothing to harvest, so let's quickly give them a little bit more to work on. We definitely want to be kind of closing out a lot of this area. We want to be trimming back on some of these items here as well. So please continue to trim that back so that we have a little bit of room to work with over here. This is starting to happen. Beautiful. So these are filling up some plates for us. I like it. I like it. Looking pretty good. This should be reasonable. I wouldn't mind us starting to maneuver this one down this way. Always do wonder. We can obviously just bring it across here, but I don't want us to necessarily be too crazy here. If we go back that way, unfortunately we'll kind of start blocking stuff a little bit. So I guess, and these guys are expensive, these belts. They use a lot. So trying to run lots and lots of belts might not necessarily always be the best thing. So that one's done. This one needs a little bit more. There's a lot that we need to do. But once we kind of get going with this, it'll speed things up so much. At the moment, we're kind of hamstrung a little bit by our processes that are all pretty slow. Now, where do we really not have rubber? I thought we did have some rubber production. I mean, we've got great amounts here. Let's go ahead and add 2 more trucks to the mix there. I think we're okay with all of those. We do have some of these parts. These are trying to get themselves sorted out as quickly as possible. So we are building these parts fairly quickly. Well, as quickly as we can with a very manual process that we've got running over here. But the idea is that is kind of what we're aiming to do. This is building up, so we should be actually. This is not filling at all. Now the question is this? If we look at the various types, right? So this one costs us. Oh, they're all. Where's and the flat conveyor? Oh, okay. So they're all costing us a fair bit, right? That one is normal parts. Both these two conveyors are parts number 2. So that is effectively a bit of a problem for us. Okay, let's have a quick look at the rubber. Rubber is a big issue that we need to deal with as well. So if we go here, there should be a bit of a rubber maker somewhere, right? Is it over here? Where is the rubber maker? We have the rubber maker, right? Smart conveyors, blah 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 blah. Let's pop in here. Actually, before we pop in there, let's clear that out and say rubber. Yeah, we do have a rubber maker. A rubber maker does what exactly? It needs diesel and it needs coal to produce this for us. So we have coal here, right? We do have coal that we could potentially slot in. We have diesel over here. So let's why okay. Terrain. Okay, so we can do that, right? So we can bring in, if we flip it around like this, we should be able to at least get a little bit of a maneuver going here. Let's do maybe a spot over there. Okay, we will then want to connect some coal over here. We did that. Can we please? We really can't get out of here. Oh, really? It's completely stuck? Okay, well, let's try it there. Come on. I didn't think that was going to be an issue. Yeah, we need more room for these things. That's a bit of a bummer. Okay, so what we'll do is maybe we'll just build the container here. Something like that. We'll tie it in here. Okay, we need diesel to come in from this side. And I guess we'll go over the top there. Run it nice and low. And then again, it can't go there. Why is it saying incompatible port at the start? Right? That's diesel. Oh, it's diesel. Ooh, okay, hang on. So instead of doing that, let's just do it over here. Sorry, I wasn't paying too much attention there. So we want some fluids. So let's do some pipes. And the idea is we run this across over here. Tie it in, maybe in something like that. Okay, so let's do that. That gives us the diesel side of things. That can go around there for the time being. And then on this side, we then need some rubber, I guess. And we need to tie this one in on here as well. So let's instead of getting too crazy here, let's get some storages going here. I think just the one for the time being. And we'll tie that one in like so. And this one we will... I think this one will tie in over here so that we could potentially just do the single bridge there. Okay, so let's quickly build... Let's build some of these guys. We can get them built. Okay. And diesel will become a bit of a problem. So Yeah, I'm also wondering if we do need some additional diesel creators here for the time being. But anyway, now we are stocked, nice and stocked over here, so that's fine. We need to build the rest, though. Rubber is getting down there. So actually, let's just build all of this. This should help us out. So let's just build all of this, please. Get all of this built. What does this actually need? Yeah, only the parts, the construction parts. So that should be fine. That should be fine. This should be fine. There's a little bit of construction part 2s required over here. Okay, but I think if we get all of this built, that should be fine. No problems. And then we can start to work our way basically with this guy. Do we have room? I just want to check if we potentially have room for a flat conveyor to run through there. We actually do. We actually do have room for a flat conveyor to run there, where it can then go up to the 3rd level over here. Okay, now basically what we want to do is go up to forget about the R. Let's just see. We want to go up to. Actually, that's a bit too high. There we go. Will they be able to pass under there, or we need to? Well, let's go to the 3rd level. Up to here. And then this one will run. Oh, hang on. Forget about it. We're not building that just yet. We'll leave that in place, and people will continue to run some stuff over there. Okay, now let's get a recipe in here. We're going to go with this one, and we're going to start to produce some stuff. This needs to be full yet again, so please keep that for us nice and filled up. And then we'll have some rubber ready to go whenever we need it. I'm hoping the diesel is going to stay on track. What we can do in the meantime is we can buy a little bit more of this stuff. Get a bit more room in the mix there. So we'll buy some more of that so that these guys can continue to potentially, cut some trees over here. Are we 3 harvester shorts? Okay, so let's run some more of that. And we'll run some more of this. So go ahead and clear all of that out, so that we have a little bit more room. Okay, we're going slowly on this stuff. But anyway, rubber is being produced. We just need to make sure we're continuing our journey with those. And I think we are. So the only other thing we need to do is now basically run the belt on the next level over here. So give me my belt. I want a flat conveyor belt that will be going. Oh yeah, or tie-in. Probably. Actually, you know what? We can go straight in here, and we can start to. Actually, it's just 2. Actually, we'll go to 3. Okay, we'll give ourselves a little bit of room there. We'll go down to 2, and we'll cover basically the top of this. No. Then stop that, so we basically stay on top there. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do this one in the middle. And we'll do this one at the top. Let's plan the next one out as well. Excuse me. Oh. Like that. And we'll go to that level and in there. Beautiful. Now, can we copy this one and get that to... Okay, let's not do too much there. Just do this. And the idea is, can we do that? No, it doesn't want to do that. We do want to... They don't want us to do each one individually. So we will do each one individually. Okay, so something like this is workable. So I guess we should start building some of these things, right? If we get the first few of them done, at least that will help us out a little bit. So let's go ahead and build some of this stuff. They can get underneath there, so that's okay. So let's do that. Let's get moving on it. So let's get this one to go. We'll get all of that to go and all of that to go. And all of that to go and all of this to go. Okay, so start building all of that. That should... Oh, it's building the rest of that as well. Anyway, that's fine. As long as we are actively starting production here, I will be super comfortable with that. Just start the production so that we can slowly get everything to move. But there we go. There we go. Starting to automate the production of stuff. And now we're out of people. So let us switch this one on so we can get more people. We have room for a few more people, so we can get at least one more trip in there. This guy can be sent out on its another journey. Shall we head over here? Let's take a far away trip. There we go. Make a move there. What is this saying? Not enough workers? Yeah, fair enough. Understand the issues with that. So what I think we can do is how many workers is this guy taking? That's about 6 workers, and this one is 4 workers. So yeah, definitely better off from a worker perspective to be doing a bit more of that. So what we want to do is we want to switch this one on, and then maybe let's switch this one off. Or we'll switch that one off and switch this one on. Try and maybe switch some of these off as well. That's okay. This one, maybe let's switch that one off. We're not using this. We're not using that. So let's switch this off. I'm super keen that we get rid of all of this as well. So let's clear all of this out, please. We can reuse all of those materials as well. Let's do that. Let's do all of that. Perfect. So please clean out all of that. We'll get all of this clear back. Oh, we'll get some rubber. Excellent. I didn't actually see what it was that we got there, but we did get some stuff there. We are now short on power as well. We did switch a few things off, so let's just have a quick look. Yeah, we're practically... Our production is at max capacity at the moment, but our consumption is kind of coming in and out a little bit. So let's just... once we start getting some of these things moving, we'll sort that out. Ship is in battle. Unfortunately, where we ended up, the ship didn't like it, so we'll clear that out. We've got planning mode, we've got the Unity tool, we've got copy settings, the pause tool, the cut tool, which we're already using, and the copy tool. Signed routes is something that we may want to look at in the future. In terms of stuff here, we've got custom surfaces. What is this? But what is that giving us? Custom surfaces. It's all that is giving us is some custom surfaces. Okay, get out of there. We can close out custom surfaces. We can now do vegetables. We're out of power in some cases. Vegetables. Can we run vegetables? We can run vegetables, but vegetables needs. Yeah, we can effectively run vegetables. This is 3 saplings. We need to probably do that as well. Maybe not anytime soon, but yeah, certainly. This is giving us more fertility. That's taking fertility away. 3 saplings a little bit less so. But yeah, I guess for the time being, we'll not run vegetables. But anyway, we've got the ability there. Blueprints, I'm not too sure what. I mean, it's large areas like this that we can kind of save as blueprints, I think. That's what it does. So we don't have any blueprints. As the captain's office 1 is not operational. Okay, so that's something that we'll need to get into. Terrain leveling, is that okay, so that's just something that we can go and level terrain if we wanted to. We've got some bridges in place. Certainly something that we can look at. We've got vehicle ramp medium and vehicle ramp large. We've got that going on. That is fine. We've had some new refugees. So now we've got tons of workers ready to go. Let's switch off the beacon again. The refugees brought with them some diesel, some rubber, a few different things that we might need. So thank you so much for that. We've got these tools. Okay, here we've got, this is the captain's office and the various things, policies that the captain's office can implement. Maintenance reducer and stuff like that. Wow, look at how much food we now have. We've got so much food now. Food is... Oh, hang on. We're running into problems again with the dump sites. Just have a quick look here. I think this is big enough. I don't necessarily think we want to dump anymore. Actually, another little level of dumping on this side might not be the end of the world. So if we were to dump over here and then level it out, if we go with F, yeah, so at least we could maybe dump a little slither more in there, and that should be pretty good. There needs to be a bit of leveling going on that side, because I think we've already fully dumped everything we can on this side, and it's like only got a little slither. We actually need to trim it out. I'm kind of wondering if we dump a whole extra level on there, so they can go and dump on the other side. What we'll do is we'll clear all of this out, and then what I'm kind of wondering is, do we take this level here, right? We'll dump to level, right? And then what we'll do is we'll go and just rotate that. Perfect. So then we'll go and dump it down to that. I think this will be good. Yeah, that gives us a whole nother level of dumping here. Yeah, I think that is gonna be fine, and then we'll just do this over here. Beautiful. So now we've got lots more dumping that can happen, at least for the time being, while we wait. So that's captain's office stuff that's happening over there. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. Okay, now we've got tons of this stuff. Okay, so let's go and just have a look. Yeah, that's looking beautiful. Now let's start building some more stuff. So build this, and then the plan is that we now need to have a bit of a look at some of the other bits and pieces that we need. So in order for us to here add a recipe, this one needs to be this guy. We need to also do electronics. Okay. So, but in order for us to do electronics, let's have a quick look. if we do assembly of electronics, go with assembly 1. Just pop that in there. It's all build mode. So if we want to do, we want electronics. So, okay, so this is where this comes in. So we now need the rubber and we need the copper plates. Right, so I don't know if we're going to do that over here and if we're just going to bring the items this way. I think that might be the more appropriate way to deal with it. So on this side, we also need copper plates and we also need electronics. So I guess the easiest way for us to just look at that. Mine control tower has no available designations to be mined, so we'll have to have a look at that one. So if we said we've got this and that over here. Okay. What we'll need to do is we'll need to start running all of these at a various levels. And we can, yeah, so this needs to be, yeah, okay, well, let's just get it all built. So build all of this stuff for me, please. And then what we'll need to do is we'll start to bring in, yeah, get it all built. Perfect. Now, we need copper plates. Impure. I think it is impure copper. Let's just double check. No. It's not copper plates. Okay, hang on. So just leave those be for the time being. All we want at the moment, I think, is to bring in the electronics. To bring in electronics into this area, we only need the electronics and the other ones in here. So please, if you could please go and fill that one up with electronics for us, that would be great. And what we'll do at the same time is we'll start running these flat conveyors in here. So if we go this one up to, say, there, please, and then this one, we would like you to please go up to level 2, no tying in. So let's do that. Up to level 2 here, and then up to there. Or was it stop there? Okay, so now from this one, we're saying you're going to go down there, and you're going to go like so. Perfect. So that should give us something to work with. Okay, beautiful. We can make a start on this. So please go ahead and build that and build this one. Okay, so that will be our first start on this stuff. Okay, I like it. Okay, what is happening over here? We are out of these guys. You're working full steam. So basically that's our bottleneck at the moment. There's an improved process that we can implement here. But I think for now, this is starting to show us what we're after. Now, the question I have, maybe instead of running funny stuff here, maybe what we do is let's actually go ahead and demolish these, turn them around, and actually just bring in these items into this direction. I think that's probably better. So that gives us a nice starting point for our factory. We'll do that, and we will go ahead and run some stuff like so. Okay, perfect. So let's do that. Let's unpause the construction over there so that we can start to make a maneuver with this stuff. So now this is going to start to work. Farm could not store all potatoes after the harvest. My goodness. I think if possible, I would like to. Okay, so if possible, let's just clear out. Let's just clear out a little slither here, and we'll add, I think, 2 more of these things. So what I'll do is I think I can spend Unity. We'll quick remove that. And we'll spend Unity to clear this one out. Perfect. And then what we'll do is we'll add one. Oh, we need an extra little slither in there. So needed to take out one more. And perfect. That's also good. And we'll add that one to the mix. And what we'll do is we will quickly build those. Now we've got some pickups trying to... there's no tree harvesting happening at the moment. I like it. We're starting to slowly clear that out. Let's get rid of the next chunk of it. I think that's looking pretty good. Pickups are struggling to reach destinations. Where are these destinations that you're so talking about? What's your... You need to go where? What is this? This is getting... No. No need to do that, and no need to do this, right? If anything, you're doing it from... You can drop it there. Yeah, okay. So I guess that's that'll sort it out, right? What's going on? Struggling to get to here? Why do you want to go here? Forget about it. Okay, so this is starting to grow, but we are having a little bit of trouble. So there's still more trucks. This should be... Yeah, this is starting to... This is starting to fill up. So we'll have more than enough food, I think. With this whole setup here. So we'll clear that one out. Unreachable destinations. Got trucks without any jobs, right? So let's just have a look. So what's happening here? If we're doing dumping sites, so there is a little bit of dumping that can still happen over on this side, and there's plenty of dumping that can happen over there. I'm just a little worried. Oh, and then there's a mining tower that has no designation. So let's have a look at this one. Okay. So I guess what we need to do is now from here, I'm tempted to dig out a little bit further. So let's do that. We'll clear this one out as well. And now what I'm interested in, now that we've got that little level, let's maneuver this a little bit more. Actually, let's do this. No, don't do that. So mining designation, let's clear these out a little. And so the plan would be that we continue to go down there. And then if we flatten it out. Sorry, flatten it out, please. When we go down one. Just get rid of that, please. Just get rid of this. Flatten it out. Like so. Oh, hang on. That's too low. Why? Hang on. Okay, there we go. We'll do that. Get this guy to go in there. Okay, and then we'll do some of that. Okay. Let's clean some of this stuff out. Okay, we'll clean some of this stuff out. So we'll do that. And then from here, let's have a look. So if we say that, for instance, and it doesn't really want us to do this. This is not something that's an easy way of. I just want to now maybe just level it and go into one specific direction. If we could have rotated this, that would have been great. But now, obviously, we cannot. So I guess... let's go back. Do this again. And we will go ahead and continue. Okay, we'll do that, right? And we'll say we'll flatten it out down here. So if we flatten it out, we'll do that. And then from here, we'll dig out a nice big chunk of it. And then probably that's what we're going to do. We'll just do that. And let's start it. Let's start this. Okay. So now this guy knows what it wants to do. Hopefully it's not going to get itself stuck, which it can very likely get done. Okay, get itself stuck. It's quite an easy option. We've got plenty of potatoes ready to go. People have lots and lots of food. We are producing items over here. We're reasonably managing that situation. What I do, however, think is let's quickly build this side as well so that we kind of keep that area in check for us. And then on this side, we do actively still need to be producing these items. So switch that back on again. Leave a little bit of this going. We can... we want to be doing this on the other side, right? So what we'll do in the meantime, we'll just leave these here. What we can also do is, we'll leave that one there too. I think, this one is an interesting one. Oh, this is still creating coal. Okay, let's get rid of this one. We really don't need this one anymore. We don't need that at all. We've got some stuff here. This one is to deal with is basically to deal with any of these iron scraps that's coming in. So we'll leave that here for a little bit. This is just doing a little separate round of it. So I guess that's fine. We'll slowly get that there. But what we do need to do quickly is get the get the mechanical parts to also start operating from this area, because mechanical parts don't need to do too much really. So what we'll do is maybe we'll get a couple of these So what does mechanical parts actually do? If we go into like a recipe view, if we go like here to recipe view and we say mechanical parts, it's used in vehicle parts and it's produced there. So it's used in vehicle parts basically. The question is, do we do that over here? Do we do it somewhere else? I think we do it over here, at least for mechanical parts. So let's grab a couple of them. And I guess we need to end this episode. Yeah, this episode's been long already. So let's do a quick copy. So we'll do... how many mechanical parts would we need? Well, let's start off with 2. So let's do this. Shift and shift. And then what I think we should do is delete that one to open up a bit of room there. And we have a little bit of spare capacity to go off with. So we can immediately bring these straight down in here. This might be a little bit more challenging, so we'll have to have a bit of a look. So if we're saying the recipe here is for mechanical parts, oh yeah, that's fine. So that's basically it, right? So we've got mechanical parts, mechanical parts. We don't want the others. Clean that one out, and we'll set this one as mechanical parts as well. Okay, so with that in mind, we can start the production of mechanical parts quite easily. We'll grab ourselves 2 more storage units, probably kind of in line with those. So we'll do that, and we'll provide ourselves a little bit of flat conveyor. Actually, no, we want to, sorry, give me some flat conveyor. Up 1 level. Yeah, so we'll do it there. Bring it out to here. Do 1. And then go down. Okay, so we'll do that. Start that off and get these running as well. And then we'll build this one, and we'll also run some flat conveyors basically into here. We'll tie that one in there, and that'll be good. And we'll unpause there, and we'll unpause there. And once all of that's built, we'll also now have some mechanical components that we can deal with. So that should start that journey also. Interesting that it's only running wood up to here and not the rest of it. Don't mind it, but it is an interesting observation. Yeah, so we're struggling a little bit with these guys. Well, from a wood perspective. So if we were to say, I mean, from a bricks perspective, if we were to say that, then that should be okay. So now it'll slowly have a truck bringing it over from the one side to the other side, and the production will continue to kind of occur. Okay, that's okay. I think what we'll do is we will leave it there. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. There's still so much for us to do, and we will ever so slowly get to that. But anyway, enjoying the pace of this one for the moment. Please do let me know in the comments how you are finding the pace. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.